are you happy to answer the question asked, or the question that has been asked by or the question that has been asked by Penuel the Black Pen? He asked the question to say, listen, are you going to vote for EMK? Despite the fact that Jacob Zuma has been banned by IEC as a participant in the upcoming election, especially going into parliament. He asked the question that, are you still going to vote for EMK just because Jacob Zuma had said, look, it has been said that he's not going to parliament. That question, I thought it was fair. Like, honestly speaking, I thought the question was fair. So we need to entertain the question, and we will have to ask a lot of genuine and yet reasonable questions. And that is to say, do you think that if Jacob Zuma is not the president leading EMK, say for instance, they gotten the 2/3 majority, they are a governing party in South Africa, do you believe that if Jacob Zuma is not part and parcel of EMK, that means EMK will never deliver, or your trust is based on Zuma's physical participation, such as being the president leading that, or there's all and other stuff. So I want to explore all of that because the question asked by Penuel is very important. Another important thing is that I put it to you that you do the following.
If you are not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Come on, good people, because to subscribe it is free, to like the video it is free, to comment in the comment section below it is free of charge, to click the notification bell it is free of charge, to share this video it is free of charge, to watch this video until the end it is free of charge. Also, good people, come on, to watch the ads it's free of charge, and that's how you financially contribute to this YouTube channel. Speaking about financially contribution to the channel, you can become a member of this YouTube channel from as little as 20 Rand a month. You can also use the super thanks button. In case you don't want to do that, guys, there is a way where you can use my media company banking details to donate to the channel, and you know what I'm saying, will bring you more, and also guys want to buy more equipment. So the power is in your hands. Please do the honorable thing as we proceed.
Okay, now that you have done the right thing, I want to ask you this before we move to a video of Penuel. I want to ask you this: don't you think that it's just, whatever way or however way you see it, it's okay. But I'm going to ask a question to say, don't you think that Jacob Zuma can be effective even if he's not necessarily leading physically as the president, just like Ramaphosa? Don't you think that he can still be effective? Like, come on, I'm just thinking of people that are influential and influence decision whilst they are actually not the president, or they are not leading the political parties, but actually they make decisions. That is exactly what I wanted us to discuss. But before we get into the point of discussing that, I want us to take a look at what Penuel has got to say.
Political season is upon us, Penuel the Black Pen. So it came out yesterday from the IEC, if not this morning, that ex-President Jacob Zuma will not be allowed to sit in Parliament under Umkhonto weSizwe, and is not allowed to be on the parliamentary candidate list. This is because he was in jail, so he's an ex-convict, and according to what people are saying, you have to have been out of jail for at least 5 years to be considered. Because one of the questions asked is, Gayton Mackenzie Moss is an ex-convict, so he shouldn't run. To Anoye, it's been more than 5 years. So Umsholozi, as far as has been reported now, cannot be the official leader of Umkhonto weSizwe, cannot sit in parliament if people vote for him and vote for Umkhonto weSizwe, and cannot be on the candidate list. I don't know for how long. The second thing is, I don't know if the ANC, the African National Congress, has officially suspended or expelled Jacob Zuma for this Umkhonto weSizwe patronage that he's doing now. And what that would mean even for the ANC, because there are many Zuma loyalists. For me, my concern is this. I've been meeting a lot of people who are looking to vote for Umkhonto weSizwe. They are saying, no, I like Ubaba Msholozi. I liked his presidency under the ANC. I want him to carry on leading us. But if Msholozi is not going to be an official leader of MK, if Msholozi is not going to be sitting in parliament, what exactly is he going to be doing? Is he just going to be an advisor to the MK? If people are going to be voting for Umkhonto weSizwe, who are they voting for? Who are the people that are going to sit in parliament on behalf of Umkhonto weSizwe? And are the people that are supporting Umkhonto weSizwe aware of this? Because abantu bazovotela uZuma mase bayathuka makusekufika eParliament uthola ukuthi kuhlela abantu abangabazi. And that becomes a mess. So we need to consider that. Number two, there's chances that the IEC might be captured in some of the ways they're moving. There's a 200 million rand fund that the ANC is really pushing for IEC to release for political parties, which smacks of corruption and all those weird things. Independent candidates are being throttled, as I've spoken about before. I'm still waiting for the IEC to announce why they removed Arise SA from the list, why they removed that's Mpotakada, why they removed Tutuzane Zuma's all game changers, and I think three or four other parties as well from the ballot list. There's seemingly a lot of shiga that's going to be happening between now and the 29th of May. And it's gonna get messy. But the idea that Umkhonto weSizwe was like a breakaway from the ANC, of which I think it's an ANC project, but now Msholozi is not going to be able to lead there, leaves Zuma loyalists, Zuma supporters, people that are going to be voting for MK with an important question. Who exactly are you voting for if you're voting for Umkhonto weSizwe? I'd like to hear some of your thoughts. Maybe you can educate and school me, and maybe you can also share this with other people who are supporting Umkhonto weSizwe, for them to consider these thoughts, or for them to be able to actually articulate an answer. Kulega baba, this is actually what's happening. I believe some of them are planning to challenge this ruling by the IEC, but time will tell. Penuel the Black Pen, Penuel Usibolunsundu, Penele Mnyama, much.
In South Africa, it has been said that there are families that controls government, but those families, they are not in government. They are not in any political parties. The political parties will have a president. The political parties can be led by its own executive. But the bottom line is that the executive is controlled, and the executive is told, listen, this is what we do, this is what we're not going to do. So, if that's the case, there are people who can control people without necessarily being physically leading the political party. But they use their power to control and make decisions that will be implemented by the ones we think they are in power. I hope you get that. If ever there is something already of that nature, don't you think you can continue voting MK? Whatever Zuma wants to implement, he will still be able to implement. I'm just saying. I want us to look into this from that perspective. But what I'm going to do going forward, I found somewhere where that is being explained as to how MK is going to govern the country without Jacob Zuma being physically the president, because the IEC doesn't allow me to do that. But also, one may say you can have, for instance, if how best can I make this example? Say, for instance, the problem is the criminal record. The problem, let's say, for instance, the problem is not the the fact that he has been a president before. The problem is mainly the criminal record. If the problem is mainly the criminal record, then one will say you can have a president that will govern. How best can I say this? Oh yes, I found it. If you are a football fan, you will know the following: coaches get suspended, but then because coaches have got an assistant, in the absentia of the head coach, the assistant will lead. Usually in football, you will see the coach sitting on the stands, probably having some form of communication, either what I forgot the name of this thing that they put here. Usually it's that thing or a phone of some sort, but it's not a phone. Like they've got that thing, man, where the coach can tell the assistant sitting on the stand that, listen, do this now, do this now, do this now. So I'm saying, if as of now it does happen in football, don't you think that even in politics it can happen, where somebody remotely control what is happening, so you don't necessarily have to be there, but all you need is to get the access to tell the ones who are there as to what to do. I'm just thinking, brainstorming, trying to figure out if that is not a possibility through which the MK, or if it's not an option through which the MK can explore. I'm just thinking out loud. But what do you think, Wena? Because ultimately it's about you. What do you think? I've just told you what I think. Get into the comment section below. Tell me what you think about every single thing that I've just said now. You and I will see each other in the next video, but until such a time, please take care.